So, Astellia Online is a classical MMORPG recently launched in its home region of Korea, planning on coming to the West a mere 8 months later. While in Korea, the game is published by massive MMO publisher Nexon, Barunson ENA, the developers, have decided to self-publish Astellia for the West. This gives them complete control over any of the tweaking and changing they need to make the game available and appealing to the Western market. But are they doing it the right way? This video is all about examining the Astellia Founders Packs that are being offered to us pre-launch. This includes the $40, $60, and $100 packs that are prominently displayed on their website. So while Founders Packs are more commonly accepted in the West nowadays, many still do see them as divisive, and I think Astellia definitely falls into that more problematic territory with how they've decided to design and handle their Founders Packs. I think the main cause of friction with the Astellia Founders Packs is the split head start, meaning based on the package you buy, you will start on a different day. Barunson claims that this divided head start is simply a way for them to maintain server stability on launch by splitting the player base into 4 core groups: those who buy each tier Founders Pack, and then those who play on the official launch day. To compensate for the disparity in time, Barunson is claiming that they will be limiting the amount of content that you can play in the first 7 days, and then they will slowly roll out more important content that everybody should have access to at the same time, such as Avalon and higher tier dungeons. The problem with this is that in a persistent world, time is the most important factor. Your advantage grows exponentially the longer you are playing the game. It isn't an issue of the people who start in the later head starts will never be able to catch up to the 7-day head start players, merely that they are still paying customers that are being put at an inherent disadvantage despite paying the full box price of the game. While I believe that Barunson means well with the head start, it does appear a bit predatory in nature. Anybody who wants to be competitive in the game is going to buy that 7-day head start package, no matter what they think of the other rewards inside of it. I personally fall into this category. After the closed beta test, I will determine if I want to play the game or not which package I will buy, because I already know if I don't buy the 7-day head start package, I won't be content with the game. That being said, personally, I find all of the packages to be quite lacking in what they offer compared to other games, and I believe this is a symptom of attempting to remove pay-to-win from the game. What I mean by that is, with no items that you can directly correlate to a monetary value, you are hoping much more on the kindness and willing support of your customer base than if you were to offer in-game currency or items that can be tied directly to a cash shop. In Astellia's case, most of the items you are receiving are untradeable. The only 2 things that you could realistically attach a monetary value to are the cosmetics and then the box price of the game itself. There is also debate about adding a monetary price to the Norden's Favor, which is a subscription-like service for small benefits in the game, which is another point of contention among the player base. But for now, I choose not to attribute a monetary value to it, simply because we are being told it can be earned in-game, and we are not sure exactly how much it will cost out of the game in the cash shop, if it is present there. That being said, if we look at the $40 pack, it's actually quite straightforward in terms of how you would apply a monetary value to it. You have the base game at $30, you have 1 skin for an Astells, which I would estimate at $5 to $10, and then you have 30 days of Norden's Favor, which again, I will not put a monetary value on at this time. The final 2 items, the Head Start and the Beeswax tokens, again, are things that you can't put a monetary value on. The Head Start just depends on how much you value those 24 hours in the game, and the Beeswax tokens are simply ways of helping you trade your items in the game. They can't be bought in the cash shop, so you can't put a monetary value on them. Overall, I think the $40 pack is okay. It's not a great value proposition, but you are getting your money's worth at the very least, and if you want to support the game without breaking the bank, it is a decent option. The next pack, the Platinum Pack, starts at $60, and I believe it is the worst value proposition of all three of the Founders Packs. At this point, it's important to note that I will not value the closed beta keys, as Barunson intends on releasing 15,000 keys to the public before the closed beta test begins. This means that most people who are interested in the game will likely have access to one, as there are only 1,000 active users on Discord. Many streamers and larger guilds are already partnering with the developers to acquire keys for their entire organizations. This being said, I don't believe the keys are worth anything of monetary value. Because of this, the only differences between the first and second Founders Packs, realistically, is a 3-day additional head start, a mount, and Scrolls of Expiration, which can be used to have your character auto-loot. So, just like the Astells cosmetic, I attribute about $5 to $10 of monetary value to the mount cosmetic, and everything else on this list is relatively difficult, if not impossible, to assign a monetary value to. How much do you value the ability to auto-loot? Some would be willing to pay $10, $20 for it, while others would not mind, just mashing their F key to pick up all of the loot. You do get a character slot expansion, but with the base game coming with 2 to 3 slots from what we know, I really doubt this will be gameplay changing for most people, and I also highly doubt that they will be any kind of expensive in the cash shop, maybe $2 to $3. The final pack is the Legendary Pack at $100, and I believe this is the pack a lot of true MMO fans and people who want to support Astellia as a game are going to go with. The reason I say this is because most hardcore MMO players are going to be compelled to buy that $100 pack and enter the game with the 7-day head start. Additionally, most MMO players that intend on spending a lot of time in the game regardless of their hardcore status will be swayed by the convenience features such as access to both closed betas, a permanent auto-loot item, name reservation, and additional warehouse and character slot expansions beyond what is provided in the $60 pack. There is also the final edition of a black and gold custom Astellia skin. The problem with this is that apparently it is a recolor of a skin that is already available in KR, meaning neither of the 3 cosmetics that we are offered are unique to the NA region, which I find a bit disappointing. Overall, I believe Barunson stumbled with their Founders Packs, and I wish they had listened a bit more to community feedback instead of digging their heels in, especially regarding the head start. That being said, I think that they have done enough damage control and explained themselves very thoroughly in terms of why they've made things the way they've made them, and I'm excited to see what this will lead into as we start testing things like the cash shop in closed beta 2. Many are worried that Astellia is going to be the next Bless Online, where the developers launch and then abandon the game. However, I think that the multiple rounds of closed beta testing shows that Barunson is confident that they can deliver a product that is ready and healthy for the Western market. While I still personally find the head start a bit predatory in nature, it seems more like a misrepresentation of Barunson's intentions for the game, and I'm willing to overlook such a small issue if they can deliver on the rest of the features and changes that they are willing to make for the Western audience. I won't be putting any money into the game until I can personally get my hands on a character and play it in a testing environment. That being said, I will be reaching out to the developers and seeing if I can get some keys for myself and possibly to give away either on stream through YouTube or even just to guildmates and friends. If you're interested in Astellia after watching this video, I will include a plethora of links of information, mostly blog posts by the Astellia devs that you can read for yourself, as well as a link to the community Discord so you can ask any questions that may not be covered there. Additionally, I will leave my Twitch and Twitter links in the description below in case I do get access to closed beta keys in the future. Those will be the places where I will be giving them away. I also plan on streaming a large majority of Closed Beta 1 as there is no non-disclosure agreement in place for the beta. You will be able to see that on Twitch as well.